is that as we continue to move forward, we will be able to develop some kind of a program that will be able to help you and help us, because we're all affected, not just the families that have it, but all people are affected in our community. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Regina, and you've got a great program ahead.
Thank you, Ken. Okay, thank you very much, Ken. Isn't it gorgeous outside? Yeah. Whoa, 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 what a difference from last week. Anyway, yes, as Ken said, my name is Regina Ford, and I am the development specialist at Posada Life Community Services. And when I say community services, these are the services located on the La Posada campus that are open to everyone. You do not have to be a resident to participate in La Posada Community Services programs. I must say that about 10 times a day. And for any of you who are did any of you get to the health fair? The health fair? Yeah, it was good. It was busy because we haven't been able to have one for a while because of COVID. And it was really nice to see a lot of faces and a lot of services. And there was actually somebody giving memory tests there. I did not take that test myself. I should have, but they were doing that in person. Now, one of the things I want to talk about, I'm looking at this sheet right here that was passed out with the Green Valley Dementia Care Facilities that Ken did the homework on. And you will see that La Posada is not listed as far as the finances are concerned. La Posada is a continuum of care. In other words, you go in as an independent resident. Should you need to go further on and need more care, you go into assisted living. And if that is not enough, you go into La Via memory care. That is for residents only. That is not open to the public, so you're not going to see that listed. What we do have, I'm going to use this wireless. Can you hear me? There we go. Yeah, I feel better not standing behind a podium. Can you still hear me? Yeah. Okay. What we do have is La Posada Adult Day Services. Okay, that's a weekday program open to anyone. That's open to anyone. It's averaging about $79 a day. You do not have to come every day. It is for people who have, let's just say, physical limitations and they need socialization. We call it a social club. That's exactly what we call it. For 7.5 hours, it's certified by the state. You have nurses on staff as well as certified caregivers. And there's a ratio. You can have so many caregivers and a nurse depending on the amount of people that we have in the program. Right now we're averaging probably 22, 23 people. 25 is our max because we cannot go past what the state allows us. But anybody in this room is able to go, okay? And what it is we are the only adult day service in the greater Green Valley area because most people these days don't wish to go into assisted living. They prefer to get old together at home. I know my dad did. My father wanted to stay at home. He could afford to go into assisted living, but he had two daughters and a son-in-law who were able to see to his needs. But those were 3 people. The 3 of us had to change our schedules and work to take care of my 93-year-old father, who was also suffering at the end from various ailments including lung cancer. Okay, the thing is, it took 3 of us to do this. A lot of folks who need care do not have family members in the local, they're not here. They're either out of state, their kids are out of state, and at that point, usually couples who decide maybe to go into assisted living, they'll sell their homes and they'll go in, and you see various fees for assisted living. Adult day services, the mission is to keep you and your loved one in your home longer. And that's what my dad wanted to do. But again, he had the luxury of 2 daughters and a son-in-law here, and that's a lot. That's a lot of work. So some people do not have that luxury. So, and they need the care, and they'll go into an assisted living. Adult day services, you have to enroll. You don't just walk through the door. It's not a daily program. But what it is you're seen by a nurse. Your needs are discussed with the administrator, Sylvia Valdez, who's the head of Adult Day Services, and you can stay 7.5 hours if you wish. You can stay 4 hours if you wish. But the whole day is made up of exercise, games, book reviews, music. The whole day, everybody is kept busy. In fact, some of the people actually want to volunteer. They make copies for us. They'll wipe the tables down. It's a place where you're active as you want to be. This morning we had an intergenerational program with 3-year-olds from our preschool. They went grocery shopping, okay? And what we did was our participants in adult day services were given brown paper bags, and I brought in artificial fruit and fake bread and fake grapes and avocados and everything. It was all, but it looks real, it was all, and the children were given the instructions to shop for the adults, and the adults would say, I want an apple, let's just say. And the children had to go and shop for the apples and then deliver the apples to the seniors. Now, the funny thing about it is that the 3-year-olds don't know. They were picking up pumpkins, they thought were apples. They were picking, one little kid picked up a hot pepper. And he said he didn't know how to talk other than say, I said, oh, that's a pepper. He goes, hot, 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 hot. So, but that program in itself, it's the only program like it in Green Valley, is incredible because you're mixing the generations, okay? You've got those folks who, let's just say their grandkids or their great-grandkids aren't around. And these 3-year-olds who may not have their grandparents in the vicinity get to mingle, learn, and enjoy the company of older adults. The 3-year-olds are precious. I love it. They actually want to give the grandmas and grandpas a hug before they leave. It breaks your heart. It's just so gorgeous. Because think of a 13-year-old. 13-year-old doesn't even want to see grandma and grandpa. So this is just one of the programs that we offer at Adult Day Services. We have musicians come in and play. We have sing-alongs. We'll do Sudoku. Everybody always loves bingo, but it's not a bingo club per se. But people do love to win things. So we do things like card games, lectures, arts and crafts. And again, you participate, your loved one will participate as much as they wish to participate. If they want to sit in the lounge in a chair and read a magazine, they are allowed to do that. The whole thing is, our goal, our mission is if one has memory issues, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, has had a stroke, aphasia cannot talk anymore, They are getting stimulation rather than sitting in front of the television set, being cared for by someone who has to go to their own doctor's appointments, or wants to go to church, or wants to go to a book club. That's the thing that we literally will take care of your loved one 5 days a week to do this. Are there any questions so far? No? Yes, sir.
Where do you get the 3-year-olds?
The 3-year-olds are from, okay, on the campus, community services, we have a community center open to all of you. Right now, the tax people are in there. AARP goes in on Wednesdays and Fridays, and they're doing your taxes for free. And that's what goes on in the community center. We also have a weekday lunch. Okay, Monday through Friday, we have, and twice a week we have a salad bar, which is really popular. We ask for a $3 donation. If you don't have the $3, you do not have to pay. The idea is we turn no one away. You're able to have lunch, play games with friends, meet for coffee, and then you can take off and do whatever it is you want to do afterwards. That's 5 days a week from 11:30, and usually people stay till about 1, unless we have entertainment after, and then folks will stay for a concert, or stay to play bunco, or stay for a lecture. The idea is to get people who are maybe not wishing to drive to Tucson, maybe not wishing to travel to a lot of places. They want to be with people that have become their friends. They can eat together, they can enjoy these games and music, whatever, together, and it's open to everybody. If your HOA wants to use that community center, or let's just say you want to have a lecture, or you want to do something like this, you can make a reservation in the community center. It has a coffee machine, it has plenty of tables, plenty of chairs, it's air conditioned or heated depending on the time of the year, and we have an ice machine. I mean, you are permitted to rent that. Or excuse me, no, to use that, to use it. Okay, and some people give us donations, some people don't have the donations to give. We have the ukulele club was in there, the Tattersalers were in there this morning. Tops, it's a Weight Watching program. They're in there on Tuesdays. We had a gentleman give a lecture today on all the national parks he's been to. He's visited every national park in the United States -2. And bless his heart, he has Parkinson's. He got up there, we gave him a mic, he did the whole presentation. It was wonderful. And we did a slideshow for him. I mean, these are the kind of things we do for free. It doesn't cost you anything. Now, let me talk about the preschool. Los Niños de Valle. It's been in existence, it's probably since 1985. Before that, it was Continental School on Madera Canyon Road, White House Canyon Road. Okay, the Continental School finally changed. We've got this preschool. Right now we take 1-year-olds to 5-year-olds. And, it's crazy. But I love them. And a lot of the people who, again, that's open to the public. A lot of the folks who work at La Posada have children. They're a lot younger than I am. Okay? They have children. And there's nothing more comforting than knowing that your preschooler who needs care, who needs to be looked after from 1 to 5 years old, has a place to be on that campus. We have a lot of kids that aren't the children of employees, and then a lot of our employees have their children there. It makes for wonderful staff. It makes for mothers and fathers who work on campus have peace of mind knowing that their children are 2 minutes away from them. And we do the intergenerational program because studies have shown that children who interact with older adults, and seniors, elderly adults, benefit from the knowledge that they gain. And that's what's, it blows my mind what kids can do. The next thing I have coming up is show and tell for adults and the children, the preschoolers, and I'm going to start with the 4-year-olds. I have an old rotary phone. I have a Remington typewriter. I have a phonograph. I have an old radio. I have a hand crank telephone, a payphone, and I'm going to put all these items, an abacus, a ruler. I'm going to put all these items on a table, and then I'm going to put a cell phone, and I'm going to put a laptop, and we're going to put some of these games that the kids play, and we're going to put them all on the table, and we are going to have the children try to figure out what the items are that, like a typewriter, they have no idea. Well, I did try a telephone out on a child. It was really fun, the rotary phone. They figured out, they couldn't believe the cord. He was wrapping himself around with the cord. But what was really funny is he didn't know the rotary, the wheel where you dial. That totally baffled that child. Had never seen a phone where you have to put your finger in and dial. So it's that kind of activity, because what you're doing is the participants who may have memory issues, they will remember a rotary phone. They're gonna remember a typewriter. These children don't, so it's a learning experience for the children and for the adults. It's a memory thing, and that's one of the things that I have learned since working on campus, that when you're doing, for example, music in adult day services, I will sing songs. Well, they're getting younger. I used to be singing songs from the 30s and 40s. Now they want the 70s. And in a while I'm going to be doing YMCA, because I mean they all know YMCA. But it's just a way to get people out of their homes, away from the drudgery of just sitting there, and getting folks moving. And it is amazing. It really is amazing. Questions? Oh, it is. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Now, the preschool, of course, you don't need to worry about the preschool, but the community center, the same thing. It's open to everyone, and you know what? It's the hardest thing, because even at the health fair, people would say, "Oh, no, I'm not ready for La Posada. I'm not ready for." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "La Posada Community Services? Nah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready." And I said, "Well, tell us what we do. Tell me what you know about it." And they go, "Well, you have to buy it." And I go, No. These are the community services. And I wish, what you need to do is take a tour if you're interested. If you know someone who's isolated, who is homebound, we also will send a bus for you. We'll send but we have a woman who comes from Madeira Reserve every day. Her grandson works, she's living with the family, she's by herself, and she takes the bus at 8 o'clock, comes down, and she will, she's wonderful. She'll decorate the table, she'll have lunch, she'll get on the bus at 1 o'clock and go home. But she feels fulfilled. She's not sitting at home alone. And she's paying $3 a day for that. You just can't beat it. Now,
and that's just for the lunch.
That's just for the lunch. Everything else that's not costing anything. Now, what I'd like to let you know is we do, in fact, Memory Cafe, and thanks to Dementia Capable.
Regina, can you tell us again what are the hours? Can you come for 2 hours?
Right. The hours for adult day services is 9 to 4. It's 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And again, that is something you have to register for. And I have the numbers. I'll be glad to give you the phone numbers. You have to register. The senior lunch, the lunch program, we also would appreciate a call so we know how much food we need. Because when we do the salad bars on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're packed. Everybody loves the salad bars. You get to choose, tons of greens and vegetables and cheese and chicken. It's really very popular. And you get this hearty meal, you sit with friends, and then you can take off. So, yeah, so I will give you all the phone numbers for that.
Okay, and then can you go for like from 10 to 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, if you choose, if you have somebody that you would like to have in adult day services, you can come in at 10 and leave at 2. We have people who have medical appointments. So while their loved one is going to the dentist, and their loved one is, and the participant is in adult day services, then we will look after them for that entire time, yes. And then when you come to pick them up, they go on their way. There's also
a nurse there.
There's a nurse there, yes. There's a nurse. There has to be, because we're certified by the state, and the state really is very, very difficult, which they should be. We're looking after people who are vulnerable. So they should be. It should be difficult. Otherwise, you'd see an adult day center on every corner, and you don't see them because they are not money makers. They are a gift to the community. And Ken was right. If his church had one for 25 years, that's amazing. That is real. Well, ours is 30-something years old. But again, it doesn't come. You know, you really have to. Right now we're hiring a new health aide because one of our health aides got pregnant and decided she wants to have the baby. Great. Now we're going to get a new health aide. But we can't take any new residents or any new participants in till we are staffed 100% to accommodate those who are in it. Yes?
Is it $79 a day if you stay for 8 hours or 4?
Yes, it doesn't matter if it's 4 hours or it's 8 hours, yes. That would start to be crazy. But there are also, if you are a vet, oh, wait a minute, this is a really good thing. It's the Arizona, no, sorry.
Didn't you say it was 9 to 4? That's 7 hours, not 8 hours.
Yes, it's 9 to 4. Yes, 9 to 4.
So 7 hours.
7 hours. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say 8? Oh, sorry. I keep thinking 8 to 4. But yes, no, you have to. It's the same amount of money. But also with the Arizona Caregiver Association, if you're looking after a loved one and you qualify, they will give you the money for 96 hours of care. Okay, let me get that information for you, because I always think that's really interesting. This is called, I printed it out. This is called, behind that smile it's the Arizona Caregiver Coalition. And what they will provide is, if you are a family member or a neighbor looking after your neighbor, let's see here, they give a $599 voucher, a check, so that you can pay a family caregiver or a neighbor the money to look after your loved one while you go to your own doctor, go to your dentist, go buy a home or whatever it is you're doing. Go to lunch with friends. There is a program for family caregivers, okay? We're not talking about, you can't hire somebody to come in. It has to be somebody within your family or within your neighborhood environment who is looking after your loved one so that you can get some respite. I will give you the information for that too, because that's really, 96 hours of care is pretty darn good. That's a lot of time. Yes?
Did I hear you correctly that whether you're going to be at adult daycare, adult day, 7 hours or 3 hours is still the same charge?
Yeah. It's still the same charge, yes. Because they're still paying for the nurse to be there all day. They're still paying for the the health aides to be there, the caregivers to be there. But If you have a question on that, that is something that Sylvia, the director, could help you with. Most people stay, I would say they come at 9 and they leave by 3:30, 4 o'clock. I mean, and I see them there all day. Some people come earlier to be picked up, let's say 2:30, but it's basically the $79 a day. And remember, some of these folks are, the VA pays for their adult daycare, or they have a payment from the Arizona Caregiver Association. You can get $1,200 a year if you qualify. That's to help you pay for an adult day, not an assisted living, an adult day or a family caregiver. Questions? It's a lot of information to take in, I know it is, but you know, until my father was at adult day, and he was there for about, a month or so before he really started going downhill. But anyway, he was in charge. But he fought it. He did not want to go. And it's like, Daddy, try it out. You know, and he was a painter in the Navy, and after about 3 days, he kept saying, well, when am I going? When am I going? I mean, it's just a very, very comfortable environment. They get lunch, they get healthy snacks. It's really, I can't say enough about it, and it really put my sister and me at a peace of mind when he was in there, because we knew that he wasn't falling, he wasn't by himself, because we literally, at the end, set up cameras in the house. My brother was watching my father from Florida. I had another brother tuning in from Yellowstone. My sister and I could look, my husband, we literally wanted to make sure that my father was up and moving, because he would throw caregivers out. He didn't want caregivers in the house. So, questions about that? You really have to come for a tour. I suggest the group comes for a tour to see what it's all about. Yes, sir.
Regina, if people want to do some kind of community service, can they volunteer?
Oh, yeah.
You guys?
And we have lots of volunteers. We have yes, and I have a number for you to volunteer. You have to go through protocol. They do fingerprint you. I mean, everybody who's working with vulnerable, especially if you've got children on campus, you've got vulnerable adults on campus, you do have to be fingerprinted. Now, wow, time is flying here. I'm going to get on to the Memory Cafe. The next Memory Cafe, when did I do? Now, this was Pima Council on Aging. The Memory Cafe is a gathering of caregivers and their loved ones. It's free. All you have to do is register. It's the next one actually is April 15th. It goes from 1 to 2. We have music, we have games, we have food. Oh, she had great food the last time. And we have some sort of game or activity, and we don't dwell on dementia. That's just not what that is for. Most of the people who come with their caregiver have some form of either Parkinson's or Alzheimer's or dementia, but we don't sit there and, talk about, well, how's your thing today? No, it's an hour of gathering, of fun, and to get you out of the house, something that the caregiver can do with their loved one without having to worry, because you're all there. You're all in the room, and we have music every time, because that seems to be the biggest bond, is music. And the next one is this one's on March 18th is the next one, and we're doing a Luck of the Irish, okay? And it's live music and refreshments. We're going to do sing-alongs, and Ellen March is in charge of it. I have no idea, but she is really funny. There's always something fun going on there. It's an hour out of your day, and it's free. It's absolutely free for food and fun, and all you have to do is register, and I can leave this, and you can sign up for that, okay?
So you'll
That's-
make some copies of that?
I got copies. Look. Woo-hoo. Yeah, we just kind of need to know how many people are going to be there. Okay, so one of the things that we do, and I want to see if you can do it too, is we have icebreakers when we get there. And some of the things that, in fact, you've got a list of questions, right? In front of you, you got 2 of them? Well, let's look at the Abraham Lincoln had no middle name. Okay? These are some of the things that we do to break the ice. You'd be surprised how many people remember things from 50 years ago. And they don't remember what, you know, the old adage, they didn't remember what they had for lunch. So just for the heck of it, folks, let's kind of go through this and see. Abraham Lincoln had no middle name, true or false? True? Oh, you knew that, okay. How many said true? Cool, okay. Germany drinks the most beer in the world per person. Germany.
True.
True? Actually, it's false. The Czech Republic does. Actually, the Elks in Green Valley does. Okay, don't tell them I said that. Oh, no, Regina, you can't say that. Okay, Ronald Reagan was a waiter during high school. True or false? He was a lifeguard. A lifeguard. Okay, the kids' bathroom on the Brady Bunch didn't have a toilet. Who thought of it? Do you all remember the Brady Bunch? Oh, we loved it. Okay, I remember they had 1 bathroom and 6 kids. I do remember that. It did not have a toilet. I have no idea why.
Because you're not going to show that on TV.
That's right, they didn't show it on television, and that's true. Okay, Nemo is a pufferfish.
No.
How did you know that? He's a clownfish.
It's a Disney.
Yeah, that's right. John Lennon's there was no World Series in 1994.
There was what?
No World Series in 1994. True or false?
True. I think it's true, wasn't there?
Baseball players were on strike.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, which I'm amazed that you would know that. I don't know that. John Lennon's middle name was Edward. I wouldn't know that. His middle name was Winston. John Lennon. John Winston Lennon. That's really true. Broccoli was banned from the White House. Okay, who banned it?
George Bush.
That's right.
Herbert Walker, though, right?
George Bush.
Yeah.
But George Herbert Walker.
Oh, yeah. George Herbert Walker Bush claimed broccoli would no longer be available in the White House. I think I vaguely... Who ate black jelly beans? Reagan, that's right. Okay. Japan has square watermelons.
True.
That is true. I mean, that's so weird that is true. Pinocchio was the first animated full-color Walt Disney feature film.
False.
I think it's true.
False.
It was false. Do you know which one it was?
Yes, it was the symphony one, the one with the dancing hippopotamuses, but I can't think of the name of the...
Well, they say Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Ooh.
Is that one?
Okay, the Star Wars franchise movies, the voice of Yoda is played by the same person who did the voices of Miss Piggy, Grover, and the Cookie Monster. It is true. Frank Oz. Wow, that's kind of cool. Porcupines can float.
True.
True.
They can. Have you ever seen?
Will.
That's right. Well, this is a really, boy, we need to go on Jeopardy. Okay. There are 100 dimples on a golf ball. You're right. It is per the Department of Physics at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. There are between 300 and 500 dimples. Who would think of that? I don't know, but people do get... Before becoming queen, Queen Elizabeth was a mechanic.
True.
She was a mechanic. I think during the war, right? That's amazing. All the kings in a standard deck of cards have a mustache.
I said true, but I'm not sure.
It's false. The King of Hearts does not have a mustache. Like, who would know?
Well, he's the king of hearts. because women like to kiss him because he doesn't have a mustache.
You have all the answers.
I just made it up.
Yeah, I know, but we like that. In some states, it's illegal to eat specific foods while walking backwards.
That's so silly.
True.
That is so true. You may not eat donuts and walk backwards in Marion, Ohio. Okay, for those of you from Ohio, we're going to bust you. You may not eat peanuts and walk backwards during a concert in Greene, New York. And you may not walk backwards while eating a hamburger in Oklahoma City. Somebody, you can't make this stuff up.
But you can eat the peanuts while walking backwards as long as there's no concert in Green Bay.
I guess you're right. I'm just going to turn to just a couple more. Donald Duck's sister is named Donna.
Daisy.
No, that's not his sister.
That was a duck.
Daisy
Is
was
that
his
true?
girlfriend.
Daisy was his girlfriend. False, her name was Dumbella. That's a terrible thing. Yes, her name was Dumbella. People in Japan eat Kentucky Fried Chicken for Christmas dinner. It is true. It is true. Okay, we're just going to hit the candy quiz really quickly. Did you get this one?
The Mario Brothers one.
Oh, the Mario Brothers one. What was that? Let's see. 17. Mario of Super Mario Brothers fame was once a carpenter. It is true. He was first introduced as a carpenter in the video game Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong.
I think my brothers played Donkey Kong. Okay, candy quiz. This is my favorite. This is the kind of thing we do, actually. We also, in Memory Cafe, sometimes play bingo for white elephant prizes. Oh my God, everybody fights over the socks. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. Okay, what were the 4 original flavors of Lifesavers as introduced in 1921?
Orange, lime, cherry, lemon.
Anybody else?
I have no clue.
Grape, orange, lemon, and lime.
Great.
Who created the first mass-produced candy bar?
Hershey.
No, that's the.
You're thinking, think foreign, think outside the United States, because they were making chocolate bars probably before we started. No, it's John Cadbury. Cadbury, English, yes. I love it. What candy has the slogan to melt in your mouth and not in your hands? And that's a lie, because I tried it. I used to get the green and the yellow and the red dye all over my hands. This candy bar was included in U.S. soldiers' rations. No.
Baby Ruth?
No.
Snickers.
No. I thought Snickers too. No. It was a Heath bar. Yeah. Oh, he goes, yeah. Yeah. I love. What M&M color was discontinued in the 70s?
Black.
Red. Because of the food coloring controversy. A safer red colored M&M was reintroduced in 1987. I never would have known that. This candy bar makes you feel like a nut. Yes. You know this game. Okay, how much chocolate and candy are produced in the U.S. each year?
No clue.
My husband's probably eaten this one. More than 7 billion pounds.
Billion?
Billion. With a B. Billion pounds. What chocolate melts in your mouth?
No, why can chocolate?
Yeah, why can chocolate melt in your mouth? On this, was there? Okay, it's the melting point of cocoa butter is just below body temperature. I know that's one of the things you have to answer that question when you go for your driving test. Okay, which U.S. holiday sees the highest candy sales? Yeah, followed by Easter,
What was the answer?
Halloween, Easter, and then Valentine's Day. Okay, when is National Candy Corn Day? I never would have known this. October 30th, the day before Halloween. More than 20 million pounds of candy corn are sold each year in the U.S. And I know that's right at Walmart up the street.
All of it.
Yeah, what was the original name of Sugar Daddy candy on a stick?
I never knew it had another name. I only knew that Sugar Daddy. I've never ever seen it.
I've never, it was called the Papa Sucker.
I see where they.
We're all too young for that.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't know that.
Well, that
Okay.
would make sense, Papa.
Now, I don't know what this is. Which 5 flavors are included in a package of bottle caps?
That's
What are
another
bottle
thing,
caps?
but they have a filling inside of them.
They
New
do?
England.
Do you remember those?
From New England
Oh,
states,
from New
yeah.
England?
Yeah. but I
Oh,
don't
cola,
know the
cherry,
flavors.
grapefruit, beer, and, oh, were those little wax bottles?
Yes, well,
Oh, I thought they
no,
were
bottle
wax.
caps really look like bottle caps.
Okay, no, I'm out of it, I don't know. Which famous candy was Mr. Owl talking about when he asked, how many licks does it take to get to the
Tootsie
center?
Pop.
Tootsie Pop.
Yes,
Which is it? Tootsie Pop?
Tootsie Pop.
Oh, I thought it was Tootsie
Tootsie Pop.
Oh, yeah.
In which year did the makers of Bazooka Bubblegum announce they would stop including Bazooka Joe comic strips in the wrappers? 2012. Do you all remember Bazooka Joe?
No.
Yeah.
You do? Was he nice? I don't know. Okay, what flavor is Good and Plenty candy? Yes. That's another one I love. How many calories are in a single Peeps marshmallow chip?
We don't want to know.
You don't want to know? Actually, they're not bad if you only eat one.
How many?
28 calories.
28, wow.
That's
It
nothing.
was mostly air, right?
Yeah, what is the original tagline for now and later candies? What were now and later?
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Now and later. Eat some now, save some for later. No wonder it didn't survive. Okay, how did Pez candy get its name? I love Pez.
I do too, but I don't know how it got the same.
Name comes from the first, middle, and last letters of the German word for peppermint, which is Pfefferminz.
Oh, that's right. I do remember seeing that.
You knew that?
Well,
You deserve a prize.
I didn't know it to tell you till you said it.
What is the name of the gum packages that contain stickers that feature parodies of famous products?
Who knows?
Wacky packages? I don't know that one. As of 2014, how many official flavors are there of Jelly Belly jelly beans? And anybody that gets this one is going to get a prize.
Oh, well, we already know, you know the answer, so you.
I know the answer, so I'm going to keep the prize. Okay, no, just let's get wait a minute, what's the question? As of 2014, how many official flavors are there of Jelly Belly jelly beans? I love them. You got it. Who said it?
What?
Yay!
What was it?
50.
I thought it would be more than that.
No, it's 50. You've got to open that package and take one of them. Okay, well, this is just some of the kind of the things we do. I've been told we have to do the honky ponky. She's going, Actually, yes.
Bicycle racing committee.
I am not familiar with La Posada's campus. Can you tell me where the community center is located?
Okay, if you're traveling down Continental, okay, you come to the stoplight that they became Sarita in order to get that, okay? I'm giving you guys all the inside dirt. Okay, stop at the stoplight. Posada Job is over here.
Correct.
You hang a right or left. You hang a left. You drive past Posada Java on the right and the first left.
Yeah.
You go through those little trees, that are the pecan trees, and you will drive right into a roundabout, and the community center is on the right. Our admin building is right in front. And if you get lost, you can always call, did you get it? Oh, I didn't mean for you to open your own. Good.
And if you get lost, you can always go to the daycare.
Yes, you can always go to the children's daycare. Any more, does
If you go to
anybody?
the stop sign, it's too far.
Yeah, if you go to the stop sign, it's too far. Any questions about anything that doesn't have to do with La Posada. I don't know if I can answer them. Yes,
I live in Arroyo Gardens.
you live in Arroyo Gardens,
And they
okay.
have Casa Bonita, which is memory care.
Oh, they have Casa Bonita, memory care. Is that independent? Is that, or do you have to already be a resident?
I think so.
Okay, Casa Bonita, okay.
Similar to Expressions.
Oh, okay, okay, wonderful. Has this helped today, everybody?
Yes.
Kind of? I hope so. And really, you don't have to, if you want to just come to the Memory Cafe just to see what it's all about, we invite you. We'd love to have them at various places. We would love to see the church do one, because it really is it is fun and a lot. And during, we have a support group as well. We have 2 support groups, caregiver support groups, and while you're attending that caregiver support group, your loved one, if you have your loved one with you, we will look after them in adult day services while you're in the support group at no charge. Because we know, that's another very busy program. People seeking, just answers or actually sharing ideas amongst one another, because again, it can be a really lonely place if you're doing this by yourself. And at many times with my father, we'd be ready to tear our hair out because we didn't know what to do next. And thank goodness for Green Valley, because I'll tell you, there are a lot of programs here, but you really have to ask questions, and you have to be your own advocate. You really do. You have to do your own research. But with the church doing something like this is amazing, because now all of you have a better understanding of what there is to offer in this community. And it's very important that you share this with your neighbors. You've got to share this. So listen, thank you very much, and I want to thank Chad too. Chad, in fact, you're all on candid camera because Chad recorded this. I'll shut this one off. Thank you.